Hey YouTube, how are we doing today? So today I'm going to be bringing you a 19 pop Scout Rush. This Scout Rush is really unique. It's really beginner friendly and intermediate friendly, and you don't even have to push deer with it. So instead of talking about it heaps now, let's get into it and I can explain it more soon. Okay YouTube, so now we are in game. Let's have a look at the different civilizations that you can use. You can use any civilization that has cavalry. I suggest using either the Franks, Lithuanians, or the Magyars. Just to start with, to get good practice in. The Franks, their foragers work 15% faster, so that makes it a lot easier for you. And your cavalry have plus 20 hit points, so you don't need to get bloodlines at the start in feudal age. Lithuanians, they can't start with an extra 150 food, so when you start, you're getting a lot less eco idle TC time, and your eco can come out a lot faster. Also, the other one is the Magyars. The Magyars, their scout cavalry are a lot cheaper, and you get the attack upgrades on all your cavalry and infantry for free. So what I'm going to pick though, I'm going to pick the Franks for the faster foraging. They are super fun civ to use. They were one of my most used civs originally, until I moved on to doing more archers. Okay YouTube, so we're here in game. First thing you want to do is, when you start, is you want to queue up villages. You want to use the villages that you already have to build two houses. So two villagers build one house, and this other villager on her own, she'll build one house. The next thing you want to do is bring in your sheep. You can also scout with your sheep as well, but if you're starting off, or you haven't done it too much, I don't recommend it as much. Or maybe just scout with one sheep. So let's get into the game. I hit F3 and I queue up some villages. I'm going to make one house, two houses, and I'm going to use my scout to start moving it around. Now I bring in my sheep, and I'm going to use my villagers, and I'm going to shift and right click on them, on the goat. So once they finish the house, see how they automatically went straight for the goat, and they didn't just stand there and wait to find out what's happening next. So what we want to do is, as those villagers are coming through, we're trying to get 6 on food. We can bring some sheep under the TC, and when you have 6 villagers, I want you to shift queue your villagers onto the next sheep that you're going to use, so the villagers don't run around and just kill absolutely every sheep that you have. So we've got all 6 highlighted, and then you can right click on the next sheep. The next thing you want to do is right click your TC onto a wood line. So when you go, when the villager comes straight out of the TC, he's going to get wood. Now, I've started to find where my first elephant is, so that's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to lure in a elephant or boar, depending on what map you're on. Now you're going to find sometimes you're going to have to highlight your food villages, right click, and then right click back on the food, just to try and make sure you have enough food to be able to collect for the next villager. So onto that one, and they can kill this elephant. Now the next one is going to want to go onto food as well. So you've lured one boar and then two onto food actually. So you want to have 9 on food. So I can bring her in through, and we're going to use all the villagers to kill the elephant. Now that elephant wasn't the best. This is the fact that it's not under the TC. If it's the further under the TC it is, the better. Now I'm going to have to auto drop off so I can get another villager. Now that next villager, so we've got 9, is going to come over to wood. We're going to build a lumber camp with him. And my wood villy is going to come over and chop wood. Then the next villager that comes out is going to build a house. So once that house comes out, then I can shift click her onto the elephant. Then the next villager is going to come onto luring a boar, so which is my next elephant here. So we're also trying to keep moving our scout around. There's lots to remember. We've got to find all our extra sheep. We've got 1 sheep down there, 2 sheep, and then my other 2 sheep are over here. So he's going to lure the boar, and then my next one, our villager coming out, is going to go onto food. So he comes onto food. Now I can use, they're just finishing this up, so I can use all my villagers to kill this elephant now. And put him in the TC so he doesn't get killed. And they can go over there. And then we got 1 extra villager. So we're coming up to having enough food to build a mill. So we're going to use that villager to build a mill. So almost enough. They can start picking berries while they wait. And then still, after you found everything, still moving your scout around, goes onto there. And then your next 3 villages want to go onto wood. So that's 1, and then 2, and 3, and then I will get loom. So once you have loom and you're getting ready to click up to feudal age, the next thing you're going to want to do after you click to feudal age is send 3 of your villages to berries, and you're going to want to send 3 of them to wood. This will make it so you have 8, yeah, that's right, 8 on wood, and you'll have 4 on berries. So here I'm about to finish up on loom. I can use these villies to, you don't have to all be on the one sheep. If there's a lot on one, that's fine. I can try and auto drop off, get a little bit of extra food, and boom, I've got enough right there to click loom. Now these 3 villages I'm going to send to berries, and these 3, oh, that's 4, we'll bring 1 back. The injured village I'm going to bring back can go over to wood. Now I'm going to bring 1 villager forwards to build a house, and the next thing she's going to build after that is I'm going to bring another villager with her to build a barracks. Now once I've done that, I can actually queue up an extra villager, so the second I go to feudal, I'm going to have more villagers being created. So got that coming in. I can go 1 more house. We've almost got enough wood to click put a barracks down, so I'm going to bring that villager up and we can build a barracks. Hey, stealing my sheep. We need to come back over here so I don't lose my sheep. The AI is trying to steal my sheep. So building a barracks. Hopefully I get those sheep back. If something like that happens to you, you can either put a deer down on your a mill down on your deer, or you can simply just go to straggler trees and start. Actually, no, you cannot put farms down. I'm sorry. If you put farms down, you're going to not have enough wood to be able to make your stable. So if we auto drop off my wood, you should almost have enough wood to build our stable. So now let's build our stable. And since I've got my stable, we can start using this excess wood that I'm getting to build farms. So we can build a farm, please. Once we get some extra wood in, go onto a farm. Got a couple of villas here. We've still got 240 food. We can make a couple scouts with that food. And I've lost my sheep, unfortunately. They got taken from me. Make another, and these guys can come on to either. I prefer to have 1 building houses, and we can start building scouts. So scouts are starting to come out. And with the villages that are going onto straggler trees, we can start making more and more farms. As we're making more farms and we're getting scouts out, we're going to use our scouts, which hopefully have found our opposition's base by now with our extra scouting. I haven't yet, so we can start bringing out our scouts and just scouting in different areas of the map, trying to find the enemy. And once we have found the opposition, we can take all our scouts. Here they are. So we can take all our scouts over here and use them to start killing the enemy's villages. But we're not trying to just kill the villages. We're trying to cause idle eco time for the opposition. So like, I've got 3 villages in their base just as they're clicking up to feudal age. Now, if your opposition, even if you're versing someone online, is of a lower level, they're going to, or not a lower level, but a lower experience, that this is about the same time that they'll be clicking up as well. See, now I don't want to let the villagers try and swarm my scouts, because my scouts will die to villagers, but when there's a group of them, but there's only 2 or so, you can just run away. So now I've got 4 scouts on my map. I'm going to bring my next one over. Now I'm at almost 13 minutes and I have 4 scouts in Red's base. Now that's forcing him to make pikemen. That's a lot of eco wasting for him and your opponent, especially if they wanted to go like straight archers. Now they've got to make some spearmen. Same with if they want to go, they went scouts as well. They've got to make a couple spearmen if they can't get enough scouts out in time. So it's just a really good universal build order for mostly any civ that is cavalry can do it. You don't need to push deer, so it makes it a lot more, lot easier to do in the long run. I really like this build order. It's a combination of a couple different people's build orders. Combination of a couple of different people's build orders. It's not one that I've just created on my own. But it works quite well. You get a lot of scouts out early on. You've still got eco to keep continuing. I've got lots of wood. I could use all my idle villages that I shouldn't have to build farms. I can get my blacksmith down soon. Okay, YouTube. So that was the 19 pop scout build. There's lots there that you need to do. It can be a little confusing. I've tried to slow the video down as much as I can. I didn't do the build order as fast as I could because I wanted to try and explain everything to you so you could get a real good understanding on exactly what you need to do and what order. I've played this on stream, this build, quite a lot. I've gotten a lot of wins with it. I got up to 9 wins in a row doing that build order, going into archers after that, actually, with the Tartars, and then into cav archers. So it's been a super duper good build for myself. I hope you really enjoyed it. I stream over at Twitch every Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at twitch.tv/rednaxlive. There's 2 E's in the end of live. If you did enjoy this video and you did learn a lot, please come over, say hello, jump into the stream if you see me live, and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for coming through, and I'll see you all for the next video.